boom, 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 boom. Ah, boom, 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 boom. Ah, boom, 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 boom. O O M G. Man! Let's get it. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. No Diddy. OMG. We are finally at the end. We're come to the end of the road. I'm sorry, I can't sing. And I can't let you go. Wow, the Diddy trial is basically over, man. The defense rests. Can't believe it. The prosecution rests. I do believe it. 6 weeks, 7 weeks of testimony. Um, Diddy's cooked, man. Diddy's cooked. No defense. No defense. But before I get into it, we got family, people, friends in the damn chat. We got Lois Cox up in the building. Lois Cox up in the building. Out of Jersey City. Yeah. Jersey City, stand up. Shout out to Lois Cox in the building. She says, good morning, Don and crew. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and all that good stuff. I am your host with the most, not DZTV. And if you can, everybody put the thumbs up for me. That means like the video, subscribe, hit the notification bell, make sure it says all, and share me out on all your social media platforms. Woo! She says, Lois Cox says, we are in the final stretch of the Diddy trial. Yes. I cannot believe it went 7 weeks went by this fast. They say initially it was going to be 8 weeks. They was not too far off. And it's not, and it depends how long this long stretch of closing arguments and what route. Oh, it's a lot to cover. Um, and it's been a ride. It's been a fun ride. I've been loving it. What will be the conclusion? Whew, guilty. I think they gonna cut a deal. I really do. They better. Anyway, then we got Purple Groovy 69. 69. Oh, 69. Purple Groovy 69. 69. Out of St. Louis City. Yeah. I'm sorry. St. Louis. St. Louis City. Out of St. Louis City. Yeah, I think I said it. I'm not sure. Shout out to Missouri. Good morning, Don. And my Purple Groovy said, 69 said, good morning, Don. There's a mods and chat and giving up the emojis. And we got 7 sages in the damn building. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening. 7 sages. And Purple Groovy said, that Lois Cox, good morning, lady. They speaking to each other. Lots saying Diddy's cooked. Yeah, Andrew. I don't see how people don't see that this man is sauteed, he's boiled, he's barbecued, he's sauteed, he's grilled. He's done, man. Done. You gonna have a paralegal credentials when this trial ends. Yeah, let's go. Oh, let's have a seat. Mm. Oh, you know me. I got the content. You know me. I always come with the content. You know, you know me. You know me. I always come with it. You know I'm gonna come heavy. I be taking my time. Take your time, young man. Woo, my mama used to say. Oh, check this out, y'all. Come with the specifics. Let's get it. We gonna get it. We gonna start in the beginning. Not the beginning. We got the defense rest. So we gonna go to first. We gonna go to ABC News. ABC News, and we gonna let them cook a little bit. You feel me? St. Louis City, Missouri is correct. You should come out and check check St. Louis out. I'm a good tour guide. Hey, I'm coming. Don't put that on my list now. I might come out there for my birthday now in June. Sorry, New York. I want to meet some of my YouTubers, especially the females. Really, all females. I'm a single man. I hope that you are single too. Like the video, subscribe. Woo! This trial, I'm sad low key, but then it got to come to an end, huh? Damn. Well, let's start into the begin. Let's get into the meat and potatoes a little bit about the trial being rested. Let's see. Let's go. Woo, Lord, this is crazy. I can't believe this stuff is over, man. And shout out to the host. I don't know her name, but shout out to her. She been giving a lot of content. I never give her credit. Let me see if she says her name in the beginning. Let's go. Let's see. Let's give her a little credit in the beginning. Let's go. I always show her, but never show her name. Shout out to her. She's part of the team too. ABC News. Let's go.
Hi, I'm Eva Pilgrim. Thanks for streaming with us after
Eva Pilgrim. That's her name. Eva Pilgrim. Shout out to Eva. She's the host of this great show here. And we're just gonna get you guys to the basics of the beginning. Not the beginning, but you know, just get to the meat and potatoes of what happened in court. Let's go. Fair use, fair use. And my guy Aaron, damn, I should got his name too. Shout out to Aaron. Shit, I can't Kukursky or something like that. Shout out to him too.
And Aaron joins us now from outside the courthouse in Lower Manhattan. Aaron, the prosecution and the defense both rested their case today. What was the mood like in the courtroom?
Yeah, what was the mood like?
Boy, it sure shifted today, Eva, because for a while it was pretty mind-numbing. The defense cross-examination of the last prosecution witness went through hours of text messages, and the federal agent reading them out in deadpan.
Damn.
Even some of the raunchier ones containing sexual instructions or desires and eggplant emojis and heart emojis.
Damn.
And it was pretty tough for the jury to stay awake. But then there was a flurry of things that occurred that brought the case to a conclusion in fairly rapid succession. The prosecution rested. Defense attorneys moved.
Right, Philip? Yeah. I never was a singer. I was a rapper anyway. Let's go. Yeah, I can't sing. I be trying, though. It be feeling good. Anyway.
An automatic verdict of acquittal. Sean Combs said he would not testify, rising from his seat to affirm that to the judge.
Wow.
And then finally, the defense case came and went in mere minutes. After reading several text messages, but calling no witnesses, the defense rested.
Wow.
Let's talk about...
They rested, dog. But they ain't called nobody up. Nobody. Not one person. Diddy's cook, y'all. Ooh, what the F? What's up, Billy? Andrew, once they give him his sentence, let's have a no Diddy party. And y'all know me, I got more than that, of course. You know me. You know I got more than that. And let me go to Law and Crime with Jesse Weber, but he's with other lawyers. And he's doing content live, and then he gets the news. It's so dope how it comes through. I love how it came through while they was doing the live. It was crazy. He was talking about something else, and then booyah. Here we go.
Interesting timing, right? Because it's now being reported per CNN that the prosecution has officially rested their case in the Sean Combs criminal trial. In fact, Prosecutor Comey has said to the court, we've essentially rested. We only may want to move for a few corrections. So what is happening now? Well, Mark Agnifilo, one of Sean Combs' attorneys, is asked by the judge, are you ready to move? Combs attorney Alexandra Shapiro says we move under Rule 29, which I mentioned before. Inference is not enough. They cite a case, and they say on count one, Mr. Combs is entitled to a judgment of acquittal. Basically, again, don't even send this to the jury. There is nothing for the fact finder to decide. You take everything that has been presented over the last 7 weeks. They have not met the burden. So they said Mr. Combs is entitled to a judgment of acquittal. The requirements of RICO have not been met. They have not shown the agreement to violate RICO, nor agreement to 2 racketeering acts That's interesting, Melba. So they're saying there was no criminal agreement between Sean Combs and others to engage in a pattern of illegal activity, no agreement between him and others to violate two of the racketeering acts: sex trafficking, forced labor, bribery, arson, kidnapping. Where do you think this is going to go? You said that.
So shout out to her, but I like this one lawyer. Her name is Afi. Afi breaks it down. Watch Afi speaks it up. I like how Afi breaks it down. Go ahead, Afi.
Hub, Afi, your reaction.
So I was looking into that. What makes up a criminal enterprise? You don't have to be a part of the LLC or the INC.
See, she gonna break it down. You don't have to have a full. You don't have to just say, "Hey, we're gonna do this." As long as you do it, no matter if you had a verbal agreement, a signed agreement, as long as you do the acts, you are part of the conspiracy. Here we go. Let me let her talk. I'm sorry. Let the lawyer talk. I'm sorry.
It's anyone.
These are lawyers.
Yes, but it's anyone who is affiliated in such a manner that they become a part of the enterprise. Could Jane even be part of the enterprise? Could Cassie be a part of the enterprise? And she was signed with.
Right. Sure could. You know what I'm saying? Here we go.
Boy. But these are people who are so enmeshed with Diddy and his businesses that they are part of the enterprise. I don't think that there is a question that there is a criminal enterprise. And to what Melville was saying about the conspiracy, you don't have to sit down and agree. Like, we know when we think of criminal conspiracy, we think of two or more people sitting down and saying, hey, we're going to wear masks, we're going to buy these guns, and we're going to attack this bank, or we're going to attack this 7-Eleven. You don't have to do that. It doesn't have to be that obvious and explicit. There are.
See, people thinking about, when people thinking about like RICO, they're thinking about the mob or robbing the bank. Like she said, an example, she just said, you don't need to have, you just need to have, let her talk. Go ahead.
Tacit conspiracies. And I think that's what we have here, agreeing to book these hotels, agreeing to set up this transportation. And something I think also, if I can talk about.
Long as you agree to it. Long as you agree to it. That's their fault. The employees, the 7 employees, you know what I'm saying? And it's Diddy. Diddy's the head. I don't see how people don't get it. Like, you got people setting up the rooms. You got people setting up the flights, setting up, all under his toolages. Wow. I don't get how y'all don't see it. Participation, right, Ryan? Baltimore?
Of Jane, and how we don't need Jane to get these convictions. But, or I say we, oh my goodness. The prosecution.
Don't even bank statements, right? Say, man, it's just too much evidence for them not to have a defense. Wow.
Doesn't need Jane to get these convictions.
Don't need Jane. Y'all stuck on Cassie and Jane. They stories. They kept going back. Why they keep going back? That's not the basis of the case. The basis of the case is this.
Testimony shows is his growth. I think by the time he got to Jane, he was very organized, and everybody on the team who was involved in his peculiar taste.
What's up, Dan X?
What to do. And I think that's one thing of many things that her testimony showed, is that he has now gotten to a place where he already knows the resistance that he's going to get and from the alleged victims, and he knows how to execute. He knows how to get the rooms. He knows who he wants. He knows what to do and say to get them to do what he wants them to do.
Right. And he vetted each person. It's a vetting process. It's like when you get hired for your regular job, that's a vetting process. The interview is a vetting process. The industry has their own vetting process. Diddy has his own vetting process. And he hires whoever that's going to bow down to whatever he wants. That's just, he's the boss. I don't see how y'all don't see that. Listen, fair use.
And everybody is on board for that.
Everybody's on board.
Got another update from court.
Woo! Oh, man. Classic Game Music said Diddy needs just for men for hair dye, right? But I think he's doing that. As well, he got to do it because it's contraband in prison, so he can't because once he died, they're gonna be like, where you get that dye from? Then I don't know. Or extra charge.
So I guess he got to be gray right now. Andrew, they only need 2, so not good, right, Andrew? Man, I don't think people know the underlying predicates to this to the RICO charges. Like, just the facts. The government has dropped charges relating to attempting kidnapping under California, New York law, attempted arson under California law, aiding and abetting sex trafficking. Government is keeping it lean. See, the government has made some if that's true, I think Just the Facts knows. So if that's breaking news, that yes, that was good to have, but the main thing, transportation of transportation, you can't get past that one. I don't know how they gonna wiggle this up out of there, how they gonna get out the bribery one. That one under those, I can see them probably, letting that go just to, let's get it to the jury. Let's go. They got too much evidence. Eli's World said hi. Hey, termite or tenanite or something. Free Diddy. No, don't let Diddy free, right? Good morning, Andrew. Good morning, everybody. Purple Group. All right, Martin, free Diddy. Diddy, free Diddy, Diddy gone. Logical Banana says. Okay, cool. Then, you know me, I like to go back to ABC News. We're going to go back to this one because they're going to talk about baby oil. That's going to be the last. So you know me. I say the last for the last. So we're going to clown about the baby oil in a minute. But we're going to go back to, I love this segment between Brian Buckner and my girl, Bernarda Villalona. I keep butchering her name. I love this segment. They gonna break it down. I love these. These are two. I love these lawyers. I love when lawyers talk. Here we go. I like when they have a little conversation too. It's dope. Here we go. Fair use. Just a fact before I go. Did he stay in prison, Dan X? Right. He made some powerful people mad. He did. I ain't gonna deny that. Diddy was set up after he beat that lawsuit. What loss? Oh, you talking about he didn't win it, but he sued them. So yeah, he pissed some strong people off. I agree with that. But hey, man, everybody got dirt. If you don't to get to different doors and levels in this entertainment business, you got to have some dirt on you, allegedly. Just the facts. The government decided the jury would have a hard time understanding different definitions of kidnapping, so they keeping it lean and simple. That's cool. Logical bananas. Gonna Diddy's gonna Diddy in prison. It's not just as if Diddy gets down alone. Ashton Kutcher especially. Hey, hey, you gotta have a victim for Ashton. That's the only problem. You gotta have a victim in order to have a crime, and you know. Lois Cox, I like listening to the lawyers talk to you, talk to you, learn stuff. Right. All right, let me get to the content. Listen to this. Fair use. Oh damn. Sorry, 1 second. Damn thing sitting here. Shit. Excuse my language. Sorry, y'all. Hold up. Let me get this thing right. Push it back a little. There we go. Now listen to this. I love this exchange they have. Oh, I got to go back to the beginning. It's at 11 minutes. Sorry. Let's go to the 11-minute mark. Let's go. Let's go. 11 minutes? About probably before that. After that, here we go. 11:15. Let's go 11:15. Fair use. Here we go. Fair use. Listen to this. I love when these lawyers go back and forth.
Welcome back. After more than 6 weeks of testimony filled with tales of drugs, sex, and violence, prosecutors and the defense each have rested their case in the Sean Diddy Combs sex trafficking and racketeering trial. Time to examine the legal strategies as this case winds down. Brian Buckmeyer is here as the defense. Bernardo Villalona analyzing the prosecution.
I love the exchange.
Bernardo, the name of this show is Burden of Proof. So I have to ask you, do you think
no
the prosecution met the burden?
Absolutely. So let's just start off with the Rule 29, the motion that was presented by the defense in terms of that the prosecution hasn't proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt. There's not enough evidence here for it to go to the jury.
I like her. She be having me I like her, man. She's a hell of an attorney.
After about an hour of arguing, the judge asked the prosecution, do you have a response? Their response was probably less than 2 minutes. And what the judge said, well, I'm going to reserve it until the end of the case. Had the judge found that they did not meet their burden, he could have easily shut it down and said, you know what? This count is not going to the jury. I don't believe the prosecution has met their burden.
Right on the spot. The judge would have been like, yo, okay, we got you right now. You know, let's cut that right now. Thank you. Talk to him, Bernarda. Let him know. What the judge would have did? What the judge would have did? Tell him again. She been in all them courtrooms. Tell him, Bernarda. Let him know.
And what the judge said, well, I'm going to reserve it until the end of the case. Had the judge found that they did not meet their burden, he could have easily shut it down and said, you know.
Could have easily shut it down right then and there. Forget all that small talk I reserve later. Nah, this stuff is weak. Let's drop it. He would have dropped it right then and there. They wouldn't have went to, oh, we gonna do closing arguments. We gonna do this, that. We gonna get into the logistics of the jury summary, whatever, the jury verdict. Instructions. Yeah, he wouldn't have did all that. Oh, we got court done tomorrow. No court for today. And we go back there. He wouldn't have said all that. Here we go. Fair use.
You know what? This count is not going to the jury. I don't believe the prosecution has met their burden, and there's not sufficient evidence for the jury to even consider that. But he said no, he'll reserve it to the end. So right now, all 5 counts are going to this jury. In terms of have they proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I think it's all going to come down to credibility in terms of the witnesses that have testified. But at the very least, in terms of racketeering conspiracy, where we don't really have to deal with the credibility of Cassie and Jane as to whether they consented to engage in these sexual acts. Racketeering conspiracy, you're dealing with Kid Cudi. We're having to deal with the arson. You're dealing with the kidnapping, having to deal with Capricorn Clark. You're dealing with possession with intent to distribute. You have various witnesses that have testified to that, even the last witness being Brendan Paul. And in terms of the bribery, you're dealing with that witness, the security guard.
Here we go. To me, this is the bomb right there. Bribery one. Let her explain instead of me keep telling y'all about that bribery charge, which I think is a slam dunk. Let her break it down. This is exactly I've been man, listen to how she breaks down the damn. Y'all keep thinking I'm just talking about that bribery like it, man. How you gonna get past this one? How you gonna get past this one? The bribery charge. Go ahead. Tell him, Bernardo. How you gonna get past the bribery?
And in terms of the bribery, you're dealing with that witness, the security guard from the Intercontinental Hotel, where he was like, Sean Combs gave him $100,000 inside of a bag and actually had a money counting machine in order to get rid of that USB drive of that video. So at the very least, I think for racketeering conspiracy has been made out, but transportation to engage in prostitution, that's it.
Y'all know that's my favorite. Transportation to prostitution, bribery, those are my 2 favorites. Ain't no way he gonna be able to wiggle out of those, dog. I don't know what y'all been listening to. Here we go. Fair use.
Of that USB drive of that video. Listen. So at the very least, I think for racketeering conspiracy has been made out, but transportation to engage in prostitution, that's an easy one because you're using Sean Combs' text messages,
voice messages,
hotel records, the statements in terms.
Damn. Text messages, voice notes, hotel records, employees saying they was there, setting up the room, cleaning up the rooms, hotel damages. Come on, y'all.
In terms of his financial records, and you have the witnesses as well who have testified.
Financial records, bank statements, baby oil.
Engaging in sexual acts and being paid for it. Bernarda's very convincing, right?
Hell yeah, she's very convincing. Hell yeah, she got me sold. Shoot, her and Jesse Weber of Law and Crime. I'm convinced. All right, let me go to some of y'all comments. Let's engage a little. Shout out to y'all. Shout out to Melissa, Baby Oil, and Smooth Bussy Lord. Hey, we gonna get into it's a segment with the lawyers where they just going on like a 10-minute roast about the baby oil. I was shocked. That, you know me, that's gold. I was like, yes. The entertainment part. The funny part of the trial is the baby oil, bro. And they went in for like 10 minutes. We gonna get into that in a minute. Hold up. Why you think he was set up? These are charges. These are BS charges. Okay. Okay. Terminante 828. Okay. if these charges was bull, when the defense went in front of the judge, we need these on the rule. What was it? Rule 29. We want everything. We want my man exonerated. Why he just didn't do it right then and there? The judge could have easily said, "Nah, all right, I hear you. All right, nah." What he say? I reserve for this for later. I reserve this for, man. He's cooked, y'all. CB11 hit like, thank you. Melissa say, hey y'all, what's up? Melissa Time says, Donese in chat, good morning, blessings, have a great productive day, drink that full water and stay cool. These celebrities are making me feel very normal. Fruit Loop, Tyler Perry, watch out. Oh. Shout out to time after time. And Harlem in the building, Harlem Romeo, he's still not out the woods yet, but I don't think LA and NYC don't have state limitations. Far as the R, the R. I asked the lawyers, them lawyers that I showed just a minute ago, and they said, yeah, that's the main. That the R, he can still be charged with R's in there. You know what I'm saying? But the all the other stuff, the bribery, that's past stipulation, statute limitation. Arson is past. Nuno Feria, what's up? Fieria. Ryan Baltimore, dang, yep, that's a RICO predicate. Feds got him. Man, they got him, bro. He ain't going home, right, Nuno? No home, no home, no home, no home. Ice Falcon said, all up. Okay, let me take that out the chat real. Let me put you on time out real quick for about a minute. Give you a minute. Give you a minute. I ain't gonna block you. Jay True, everybody that testified was complicit by their own testimony. Yes, but then no matter how many times a woman says yes, once they say no, they don't want to do it, and they feel like this and that and other. That's the situation with law. When a woman says no matter how many times she said yes before, if she starts saying no, then we got a problem, Batman. All she got to do is say no one time, fellas and ladies and gentlemen, whatever, you know. So yes, they went back and forth and all that, but he has to take credibility, accountability that he accepted them back too. It takes two to tangle. It ain't just one person. It takes two. It takes two, baby. Jessica Bell Williams said, he's a sick human. I feel you. I agree. When you got to use baby oil and glide and all this. Glide. 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 Why don't you glide? You got to use glide. That's an own song called Slide. But you know what I'm saying? Glide. Why did the defense rest? No, didn't say nothing? Nothing? You have nothing? You have nothing to counter the doctor saying that victims go back to their as a form of Stockholm syndrome and breaking down the basically pimping. You have no counters for that. You have no counters to to the bribery, the NDA. So I let you know the NDA was real with that bribery situation with that hotel footage, huh? That 100K. You have no answers to that. You have no answers to Theodore, Jules Theodore getting flued out here, flued out there. Somebody named Sly, somebody named Don. It wasn't me. The Punisher, all these motherfuckers, Daniel Phillips. Everybody getting paid to get live. You have no defense, you have no counter, no other sex worker that says, yeah, Diddy was a great guy. any damn employee, you don't want to state nothing? No kind of good behavior, no mama, no daddy, nobody, uncle, nothing? Oh, defense rests. Woo! I think they're gonna cut a deal today, man. They talking about this is for jury instructions and all this. I think they trying to figure out what charges we gonna let ride and all this. This is for the sentencing part. This is for the plea deal, y'all. Allegedly, I'm speculating. I just don't see how he gonna let this go to the jury and don't have no defense. Don't say nothing. Nothing. The defense rests after all 7 weeks. Wow, dog. Nothing about the arson, the kidnapping, nothing. The drug distribution, nothing. 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 Wow. He's cooked, man. He's done. He's sauteed. He's baked. I'm sorry. Let me go to your comments, man. Let me go to your comments. Let me go again. Y'all all talking. My bad. Okay, I slipped. Shout out to Asia, Alexandria, Free Diddy. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. John Yang. Yeah, that's why Cristiano Ronaldo became best soccer player. Shout out to Cristiano. That's a little off topic, but shout out to him. After 60 days in, ain't no victims, all his ex-girlfriends. Okay, well, all the bruising, all the beat-ups. You ain't got nothing to say about that hotel footage. Nothing? Nothing? You ain't got no celebrities. Where's Mary J. Blige and doing all the dances? And where's nobody gonna do nothing for you? I thought they was gonna have a damn Bad Boy show outside the damn courtroom when he was gonna at least go like a week, I thought. Damn. We ain't get to see no celebrities pull up, but Ye? That's it? Ye? Wow. Shout out to Ye. Ye's big. Ye is big, but damn. Chevelle 88 say gay coat. I don't know what that means, but shout out to you. Elite Leo, the trial was some BS. That's why they just dropped 3 of the charges. Nah, because all they need is 2. I told you the 2 that we how you gonna dance out of that damn transportation to prostitute? How you gonna dance out of that? You don't have no defense for that? You can't say no. They can't say no, the flight records ain't right. They can't say the damn hotel fees ain't right, the bank statements, the damn voicemail. You can't say nothing? Oh, something. No, those, remember they said in the beginning, oh, they could at least said this in the transportation part of it. Oh, these were like they say in the beginning, this was for his entertainment purposes. Remember that? In the beginning, oh, this was his entertainment purposes. What happened to proving that he was a swinger? Remember in the beginning, oh, Diddy's a swinger. Where's that at? You ain't got to say nothing? Nothing to explain his nastiness? You have nothing to say. We rest. We like, oh, shit. That means to me, they quit. We quit. Hey, don't say nothing in front of nobody, but we need to discuss, if they dropping, like, if this is true, they dropping different little charges, that means they about to plea a deal. A plea deal, I'm assuming, I'm alleging. He better not let this go to the jury. Man, he better not let this go to the jury. Don't let this go to the jury. Whoa, no. Oh, my God. Oh, my heart is pumping. I can't believe this, man. The article behind you saying Diddy just trying to spice up his relationship. Oh, yeah. Oh, you talking about that? Oh, yeah. I just like the picture, to be honest with you. He's a real true freak, just like his lawyers at the parties. He's a true freak, just like his freak off parties. Yeah, man. Jessica Bell Williams, Reza 88, dance again. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. Hey, spin around. Oh, spin around. Hey. Do the Diddy. No Diddy. You know what I'm saying? But with Diddy, black people, y'all can't wait to tear him down and seem to reveal it. It's the culture thing. Be envious of others. The point of rejoicing at this misfortune? Nah, It's nothing about being black. This is about a rich person who was a gatekeeper to the industry and he got caught. That's all to it, man. He thought he was untouchable and his 304s renegaded against him. He thought they wouldn't. One didn't. Gina didn't renegade. Gina kind of renegaded a little bit, but at the end she was hiding. But the other ones came out and went against him. Diddy attorneys won, proved beyond reasonable doubt. Huh? Diddy, no. If they won, the judge would have been like, all right, Diddy, Mr. Combs, you're free to go. You know what I'm saying? He said, no, he reserved the fact. But then they laying out, okay, we off tomorrow. We going on Thursday and Friday with closing arguments and we should be giving the jury, the deliberating by the end of Friday or Monday. He wouldn't have went through the whole formality. Funny that the prosecution just dropped a number of charges with no defense. It's just a couple of I ain't heard that. But the main thing, what's the main thing? ST, which I don't think they're gonna get. ST transportation. That's the one. Why they didn't drop the transportation of prostitution? Why they didn't drop the bribery charges? Like I told y'all the two ones I seen, and why they didn't drop the damn rug charge? You just talking about like the little stuff. And even though it's big, you showing somebody that got a team that's breaking in people's houses under Kid Cudi's testimony, breaking into the man's house. The police shows up. He gets the plate number of a car leaving the break-in. It's a bad boy vehicle. Bad boy vehicle. 2 weeks later, a week later, whatever. It's arson in front of the same man's house. Come on, man. No defense was crazy. Man, I don't get it. You ain't got nothing to say? Nothing to back up? Nothing to back up? Nothing? David Gorwin. So he's not guilty on transportation? Ooh, child. Let me show you a part where well, your girl trips up your boy Brian Buckner. He had no answers to this. Listen to this. This is funny. Listen to this.
And hours of putting these text messages into evidence. So in terms of like people were falling asleep inside of the courtroom, so you lost what was the purpose of you submitting these text messages. But also at the end, in terms of what the defense did, the defense started putting in questions that have to deal with Sean Combs using his personal account to pay for that.
The defense brought this up, not the prosecution. The defense brought up Sean Combs using his personal account to pay for what? Listen. And look how he bring his head down. He know the defense dropped the ball. Listen. This is at the end.
The defense started putting in questions that have to deal with Sean Combs using his personal account to pay for the escorts, which, if you look at it that way, then you have Sean Combs paying for the transportation to engage in prostitution. So I have no idea why the defense went down that line of questioning. Brian, do you?
No comment. Next question.
Woo! Got him.
Brian, what happened?
What?
What happened?
There was a question? No, you asked the question.
Yeah.
Played straight to the hands of the prosecution. Come on, Brian, explain. Let's go.
Yeah, explain it.
Not everyone makes good decisions, and sometimes decisions are bad decisions. I don't think this one helped them. Maybe hindsight being 2020, maybe we don't know the answer yet. Maybe in closing arguments, they're all going to put this together. But I agree with you. This whole idea that Sean Combs is reimbursing the criminal enterprise who is paying for these individuals to transport people across state lines. I think Aaron Katursky put it very perfectly. It was a moment in court we actually all woke up because for the first time we heard someone arguing with passion. And AUSA Comey said, so did he just pay to transfer people across state lines? Now, it's objected to.
Wow. The transportation of prostitution, I don't know how y'all think he gonna get out of that. How he gonna get out of that, bro?
Was a redirect, but that's exactly what Kenny Garagos did. I think it was a big failure on the defense by asking those questions because you played in right into the charges.
Play right into the charges. Wait, what'd she say again? One more time. What Bernardo say again? Wait a minute.
Cross state lines. I think Aaron Katursky put it very perfectly. It was a moment in court we actually all woke up because for the first time we heard someone arguing with passion. And Hey USA Comey said, "So did he just pay to transfer people across state lines now?"
Woo! In court, at the end.
That was the redirect, but that's exactly what Kenny Garagos did. I think it was a big failure on the defense by asking those questions because you played in right into the charges. We'll see.
Play right into the charges. Wow, I don't see how y'all don't think he cooked. I don't see how he think he ain't cooked. Woo! He's done. I'm sorry, y'all. I know that's y'all mans and everything, but I hate to bring the bad news. Hey, if we get a plea deal today, it'll be like, damn, but I won't be too surprised. How you gonna rest your case? You ain't got nothing to say. Nothing. I can understand him not testifying because he gon' fall on his own sword, allegedly. You know, he gonna fall on his own sword, man. What's up, Alizé Renee Jones? Free my Diddy. Oh no, we don't know Diddy here. Elite Leo says prosecution sat up there and wasted people's time and money playing in everyone's face. For real? All that 6 weeks of evidence. You wasn't listening, was you? You wasn't listening, was you? I guess you wasn't listening. Domestic violence and the battery, that's not a federal RICO. There we go. Here we go again. Y'all keep bringing up, you don't have the domestic violence when it comes to transportation. Let me, The transportation of prostitution don't need no coercion. It don't need no damn domestic violence. All you need to prove. Let me read it again. I guess I gotta keep bringing this up. I hate bringing it up. I'm sorry, but I gotta drain it. Oh, that's something else. My bad. That's something else. I gotta drain it. I gotta hit it across y'all head over and over and over again. Yeah, I guess y'all ain't been in here. Let me get the class session back. You know, where's the damn paperwork? I got so much damn. I gotta retake the picture because I got so much paperwork. Damn, where's it at? Where's the simple case? Here it is. Boom, found it. It's way in my. Listen to the definition of what these are. They only need two of the 8 predicate charges under the RICO charge. What is transportation of prostitution? Where do you see anything saying about you thinking about sex trafficking? You guys just keep looking at this one, the ST. Read transportation to engage in prostitution. It's right there. Accusations of transporting individuals across state and national borders for prostitution purposes. That's it. And they have proven with a mountain of evidence. From Capricorn Clark setting up the rooms, from George Kaplan, Mia, Cassie, Jane Doe, to damn everybody, what's her name, Christina Coram, the damn D-Rocks and all this. Everybody was setting up the rooms and the flights and setting up this and cleaning it up and the hotel damages. They got too much receipts of the damn ex-workers getting paid. Text messages showing this person is getting paid. This person is getting flued out to here, flued out to there. Flew out. Let me just snap a selfie picture of this. I keep finding it no more. You know what I'm saying? Damn. Woo! I don't see how y'all don't get it. I don't know what y'all talking about. You see anything about coercion, you thinking about ST. I said the ST is going to be 50-50. I don't think they're going to be able to prove the ST, but they're going to be able to prove this one right here, baby. And you know what else they're going to be able to prove? That damn bribery charge. Without a doubt. If they don't, they fanned out or something. You know, there's no way. You can't get past that. You know what I'm saying? You can't get past that. You can't get past step one. Step one. It's over. What did he say? He said, Leo said, that's BS. It's not prostitution of darn prostitute. It's not prostitution when you paying money for. Oh, okay. Okay. You're trolling at this point. You're trolling me. You trolling me. Y'all trolling me, man. Where are the minors in the R cases? There's no minors. There's no minors in here. You know what I'm saying? That was all lawsuits. Y'all reading the lawsuits and you mixing it in with the federal charges. You don't understand the law at all. I don't. I don't understand what that says. So the lawyers. So all these lawyers, all these lawyers that's been this lady, this lawyer, not even these lawyers are telling you he's cooked on the transportation part. Go back. These are two different lawyers. Go back to let me go back to Villa. What's her name? I'm sorry. Let me go back. Let me just let her talk one more time. One more time. Afi. Let me go to Afi. Let me let Afi just do it in simple terms again. I guess y'all don't get it. I love it though. Shout out to y'all.
Enterprise, a hub and spoke. The rim here, it is a rimless hub. Afi, your reaction?
So I was looking into that. What makes up a criminal enterprise? You don't have to be a part of the LLC or the INC. It's anyone. It's his staff, yes, but it's anyone who is affiliated in such a manner that they become a part of the enterprise. Could Jane even be part of the enterprise?
Yes.
Could Cassie be a part of the enterprise? And she was signed with Bad Boy. But these are people who are so enmeshed with Diddy and his businesses that they are part of the enterprise. I don't think that there is a question that there is a criminal enterprise. And to what Melville was saying about the conspiracy, you don't have to sit down and agree. Like, we know when we think of criminal conspiracy, we think of two or more people sitting down and saying, hey, we're going to wear masks, we're going to buy these guns, and we're going to attack this bank, or we're going to attack this 7-Eleven. You don't have to do that. It doesn't have to be that obvious and explicit. There are tacit conspiracies, and I think that's what we have here, agreeing to book these hotels, agreeing to set up this transportation. And something I think also, if I can talk about Jane and how we don't need Jane to get these convictions.
What'd she say? We don't need Jane. We don't even need Jane or Cassie.
But I say we, oh my goodness, the prosecution doesn't need Jane to get these convictions. I think what Jane's testimony shows is his growth. I think by the time he got to Jane, he was very organized, and everybody on the team who was involved in his peculiar tastes knew what to do. And so I think that's one thing of many things that her testimony showed, is that he has now gotten to a place where he already knows the resistance that he's going to get and from the alleged victims, and he knows how to execute. He knows how to get the rooms. He knows who he wants. He knows what to do and say to get them to do what he wants them to do. And everybody is on board for that.
Everybody's on board. Everybody's on board, dog.
Got another update from court.
All right. Let me go to Bernardo one more time. Let Bernardo break it down one more time. Bernardo, one more time. Let talk simple to him, Bernardo. Be light on him, baby. Be light on him. Be light on him. Let me Bernardo do it one more time. Let me let Bernardo cook. Let me let Bernardo cook.
Presented by the defense in terms of that the prosecution hasn't proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt. There's not enough evidence here for it to go to the jury. After about an hour of arguing, the judge asked the prosecution, do you have a response? Their response was probably less than 2 minutes. And what the judge said, well, I'm going to reserve it until the end of the case. Had the judge found that they did not meet their burden, he could have easily shut it down and said, you know what? This count is not going to the jury.
Thank you. Thank you. It just, come on, man. This is a woman that's in the court all the time. The judge would have been like, boom. All right, let's just drop the charges now. All right, go home, Diddy. Nope.
I don't believe the prosecution has met their burden in this not sufficient evidence for the jury to even consider that. But he said no, he'll reserve it to the end. So right now, all 5 counts are going to this jury. In terms of have they proven their case beyond a reasonable doubt, I think it's all going to come down to credibility in terms of the witnesses that have testified. But at the very least, in terms of racketeering conspiracy, where we don't really have to deal with the credibility of Cassie and Jane as to whether they consented to engage in these sexual acts. Racketeering conspiracy, you're dealing with Kid Cudi. We're having to deal with the arson. You're dealing with the kidnapping, having to deal with Capricorn Clark. You're dealing with the possession with intent to distribute. You have various witnesses that have testified to that, even the last witness being Brendan Paul. And in terms of the bribery, you're dealing with that witness, the security guard from the Intercontinental Hotel.
The bribery is a slam dunk. So the bribery is a slam dunk too.
Gave him $100,000.
$100,000 with an NDA. So they just gonna walk past. So the jury just gonna ease past a signed document that says what? The criminal enterprise. I'm sorry, it's not criminal. The Diddy, what it's called? Let me let her talk. Sorry.
$1,000 inside of a bag, and actually had a money counting machine in order to get rid of that USB drive of that video. So at the very least, I think for racketeering conspiracy has been made out, but transportation to engage in prostitution, that's an easy one because you're using Sean Combs' text messages, voice notes, hotel records, the statements in terms of his financial.
So you saying so the jury just gonna look past all that evidence of all those payments, all those hotel fees, all those hotel damages, different testimonies from employees themselves saying they cleaned up and they set it up and cleaned up the room, and the hotel still was damaged after they cleaned up because it was too much baby oil.
Financial records, and you have the witnesses as well who have testified as to engaging in sexual acts and being paid for it. Bernarda's very convincing.
Very convincing. She got me sold. And then let's get to the baby oil part before I ain't got too much time left. They gonna roast a little bit on the baby oil because y'all distracted me. Shout out to y'all in the chat. Y'all distracted me for a minute, but I gotta get to the baby oil. They gonna roast about the baby oil. Listen to this.
Dog. Can Johnson & Johnson sue Puffy for ruining baby oil for everyone? You want to talk about racketeering? You want to talk about whether or not Johnson & Johnson...
If y'all didn't hear it, can Johnson & Johnson sue Diddy for baby oil?
Can sue Puffy, but it's up to you which one you want to handle.
I'll talk about the Johnson & Johnson. You can ask me the second one if you like, but I think, kind of like we talked about attorneys earlier, even if you lose, you win, because you show up in court every day, you make a good effort, you do, you make proper objections, you do your research, and, even like, let's look at Brian Steele, he came on this case because we know him from the YSL
all
trial.
That baby oil.
Even though he didn't get a not guilty verdict, he got something favorable, right? But it wasn't just
all that glide.
So you always win, and I think the same can be applied in this situation with Johnson & Johnson. Look at us, we're showing Johnson & Johnson now. All press is good press. This is, $100 million worth of press that they don't have to pay for, and we know it's a good product because he used it over a 20-year period. Hello? That's a endorsement from a billionaire and a mogul. Boom.
Why is Jeremy shaking his head no?
Because the real victim here is Astroglide, because no one's even talking about that. As their lawyer, I should probably note the fact that while Johnson & Johnson and their apparently excellent tube of baby oil is getting that recognition as the attorney for Astroglide, I'd like to make sure we get the same recognition.
Mark Marley!
Do you actually represent Astroglide?
In this suit, I probably do. I mean, I'm matching the Johnson & Johnson as we're talking. I mean, I didn't mean to match the baby oil that you put on the screen. It was very...
Yeah, that's crazy. So they roasted for like about 10 minutes on baby oil. Anyway, I got to give a shout out to everybody, you know what I'm saying? Because without y'all, this live would not be nothing. Shout out to Mark Motley in the building. He has dropped $999. This show is sponsored by Mark Motley for donating $999. Woo! And I gotta give a special shout out to Personal Protection. He donated in the chat. I mean in my Cash App. Some money too. Shout out to Rockstar Towing. That's his place, Rockstar Towing. But shout out to Mark Motley's for sponsoring this particular show. You know what I'm saying? Way Diddy act seems like the devil. J&J gonna make new oil freak off blend, right? They would be dope and they would be smart if they would market that. That would be sight. That would be tight. Sweet Kick Man, he's saying something about church. Why in church? I don't know. What is he talking about? Why is he so fascinated with church and baby oil? And Elite Leo says, employees, they kept working. Shout out to the emojis. I see it. Thank y'all. Put it in there. Kept working with the freaking worker and tried to go work with him again after being fired. Those employees, they all are in connection with the damn enterprise. No matter if they left and they kept going, he kept letting them back. What about that part? Why did he keep letting them back? Why was somebody that knew somebody was an enemy of somebody that worked for Death Row, why would you let Capricorn Clark work for you knowing she used to work with Death Row? That don't make no sense. Did I tell you Diddy is complicit in this as well, dog? For the going back and coming back. Come back to me. He let him come back. Too much dirt on him. Too much dirt, man. You hanging a carrot over somebody's head. You show them a lifestyle they never had before. It's easy to get drawn in. It's called pimping. Even if have you heard of pimping? Have you heard of somebody turning somebody out completely? I guess you never seen no pimping before. I've seen some pimping. I seen a woman he said, go stand in the corner. She stood in the corner for hours. I've seen it with my own eyes. Go in the room, talk to him like a kid. And they did it. And that's what Diddy allegedly was doing, in my opinion. That's just my opinion. You know what I'm saying? But I'ma say the ST, I can see how y'all don't understand. Some of y'all ain't never seen no pimping before. So I can see that's how the jury is. Okay, so the ST, I give you that. But that transportation to engage in prostitution, I'm going to read it again. Accusations of transporting individuals across state and national borders. We got Cassie getting transported. We got Mia getting transported. We got Jane Doe getting transported. And then we got the S workers, Jules, Theodore, on record, different flight records, text messages, text threads, how he gonna get paid, and we need this much baby oil, and baby oil this, and baby oil that. And shout out to Wellness with Frugal Mama out of Fort Worth, Texas in the building. Oh yeah, I gotta go. Yeah, let me get a shout out. Thank you, Frugal Mama, because I can keep going. And make sure y'all pull up on me Monday through Friday, 4:45 a.m. West Coast time, 6:45 a.m. Central Time and 7:45 a.m. East Coast Time, Monday through Friday. Damn, pull up on your boy. So it's no trial tomorrow. We gonna come up with some more great content tomorrow about this Diddy stuff. Come back and you can have your free speech here. This free speech. You don't have to be pro no Diddy here. You can be free Diddy. I'll let you talk. Long as it's respectful. Y'all been respectful. So shout out to y'all. And Friday Night Lives, yeah, we definitely going live on Friday night. I don't see nothing. I'm looking at my Palm Pilot. I ain't got nothing cracking, So shout out to Friday Night Lives, 5 p.m. West Coast time, 7 p.m. Central time, and 8 p.m. East Coast time, Monday through Friday. Pull up on your boy. Shout out to J.E. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to Seven Sages. Shout out to Omar Plummer. Peace, Don Neezy, WhatsApper. Shout out to Anna S.P. 115. Can you look so cute for you? Huh? Shout out to you. I don't know, but shout out to you. I don't know what you're talking about. Shout out to James Manny. Shout out to Seven Sages. Shout out to Prime Time. The Astro Glide. Glide. Boom, boom. Glide. Boom, boom. Glide. Boom, boom. Glide. Why don't you glide? Shout out to Lois Cox up in the building out of New Jersey. Yeah. Shout out to LeVar Davis. Shout out to Tina R. Shout out to Andrew. Shout out to Mark Motley sponsoring this show, $999. Shout out to Sweet Kick Man. Shout out to Christy Lewis. What's up, Christy Lewis? Shout out to J.E. Shout out to Elite Leo. Shout out to Judge Shady Court. shout out to David Gordwin. Shout out to Kevin. Shout out to Jackie R.N. Shout out to Ryan Baltimore. Shout out to everybody in the bushes. Shout out to Chocolate. What's up, Chocolate in the building? Feds are not playing. Shout out to Purple Groovy 69 out of St. Louis. You feel me? Shout out to JoJo Dixon. Shout out to just the Facts was in here. Shout out to McKelly Abdullah. Shout out to Sean Mudd. Shout out to Lydia Joseph. Shout out to everybody in the damn bushes. Shout out to Tootsie Gardner. Shout out to Ivan Curry. Shout out to Wellness with Frogo Mama. Shout out to everybody. Lydia Joseph. Shout out to Paul Green 11. Shout out to, I'm sorry I couldn't read all y'all comments, man. My bag. African Crispy. Shout out to Galagod TV in the damn building. Shout out to Trish. Shout out to Parasite 99. Shout out to Thomas. Shout out to User Era. Shout out to Q, Gots Bands, and shout out to everybody, man. I can't get everybody. I can't. Jessica Bell Williams, shout out to you. Shout out to Northern Pasner 666. Shout out to Why You Wit, Who You Wit. Shout out to RZA 88. Shout out to Chevelle 88. Shout out to Abner 6 Days In. Shout out to Asia Alexandria. Shout out to J True. Damn, man. Shout out to Mark. I can't get all y'all, man. I gotta go. I can't get all y'all. It's 280. Shout out to Lois Cops, Purple Groovy, 7 Sages, Andrew, Jacobs, Philip H, Billy, Katrina, Hithertage, Ryan Baltimore, Dan X, Classic Game Music, Allie's World, Tenanique, 828 or something like that. Damn, it's too many, y'all. I can't get everybody. CB11, Melissa, Time, Nuno Ferreira, Ice Falcon, 38, and then we go to the bottom. Let me go to the bottom. Murder, Posse Film Crew, Michael Maribel in the building, Omar Plummer, Winter Circle, Kendrick versus Hannah, Jay Veronica, and everybody in the damn bushes. I'll see y'all tomorrow. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. Mwah, mwah to all the ladies. Diddy rests his case. I can't believe it. No witnesses, no witnesses. His defense has set him up for failure. That's just how I feel. No Diddy, no Diddy, no Diddy, no doubt. All right, y'all, see y'all tomorrow. Let's continue this tomorrow. Let's go. Mwah, mwah to all the ladies. And the single ladies, you get the leggy. Pow, 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 pow. And the homies, you get the pound. Poop, poop, poop. Uppercut. Oh, yeah. Do the shimmy. Hey, hey, hey. No Diddy. You know how we do. No Diddy, baby.